Hello everyone, welcome to the video lecture series of Theory of Automata and Formal Languages. We are into unit number 5 and we are learning about Turing machine. We have completed almost all the topics regarding Turing machine and we are left out with the last topic. And in this particular unit we have completed the introductory session for Turing machine and what are different type of languages being accepted by Turing machine, then being the most having the most expressive power. We have also discussed what are the different variations of Turing machines are there. We have seen a lot of languages through which it is possible to design a Turing machine, and then we have discussed the topic named as problem, and we have tried to find out that what are the different ways of representing a problem: solvable, unsolvable, correct? Then that solvable is are of two types: decidable, undecidable. And we have also seen a topic known as halting problem. Now we are moving into the last video where we are looking into topic known as post correspondence problem. This is an extension of the topic problem which we have learned in my previous lecture, where we have seen solvable and non-solvable, unsolvable, and then in the criteria for solvable we have discussed about decidable and non-decidable, correct? Undecidable. So basically post correspondence problem falls into the category of undecidable. That means it is a solvable problem, no doubt about it, but we cannot specify a particular time for it, okay? Or we cannot specify an approximate time boundations under which we can define this particular problem. So that's why it falls into the category of undecidable decision problem, okay? And this was defined or this was expressed or this was elaborated by Mr. Emil Post in the year 1946, just 10 years after the development of Turing machine. And the main aim of this problem is to find the solution for it. That means you can have two languages, suppose, and two languages comprises of different types of formats. Suppose language 1 comprises of different types of strings, then language 2 comprises of different types of strings. We have to find certain similarities between these two languages and we have to find a solution for it. Then we can say that this is having a particular solvable solution, okay? Though it is predefined that it is an undecidable problem because we cannot directly justify the timing for this particular solution, okay? But still the main aim or the ultimate aim is to find a solution for it. That's the main criteria. But how to look into this? So for that there is a certain representation for it. So this is known as dominoes, okay? I think you are well aware of this particular term, dominoes, okay? This is not that dominoes that margarita and all, okay? Now this is about dominoes where we are representing two languages, suppose, in the format of numerator and denominator, okay? And some or the other I will show you how to proceed or how to get a solution for it, okay? We're looking into the example, but you just need to know the representation at first. So representation says this one, where numerator will comprise of a particular language string and the denominator will comprise of particular language string. Either you can use this format or you can use this format where you are having the x and y. X represent the numerator and the y represent the denominator. Clear? So now we will look into an example and we will try to find a solution for it, okay? Okay, so this is an example that I have taken over here, and the example is comprises of 5 dominoes, okay? And 5 dominoes are having numerator and denominator. Numerator represents some other set of strings and denominator represents some other set of strings. Now what I have to do is that some way or the other we need to find a solution. And how to find a solution? We have to do you can say it's like a puzzle type. You have to make the numerator and denominator, the format of the strings and the number of strings to be equal. That means, see, now here it is A, B. If you merge these entire 5 dominoes, what will be the answer? A, B, B, A. But denominator, what it is? A, B, A, B, A, B, A, A. So it is not matching. So that means in numerator and in denominator, the number of alphabets or the number of input strings must be equal in number, and the format should also be equal. This is how we need to find the solution. So how to do that? You have to first do some cancellation process. Cancellation process means you have to cross verify numerator denominator, just like you have to solve this particular format. How to do that? See, now in case of this one, a is having in the first domino, we are having in the numerator a as the first element, and in the denominator also we are having a. Then in the numerator you can say after followed by a is b, that means ab is in the numerator and denominator also ab. So what we can do, we can cancel this ab with this ab. So what it will be left, numerator 0 and denominator a. Clear? So like this you have to find out the similarities. So I will check it. I will show you the first one. So suppose I am cancelling with this. I can cancel this AB entirely, okay, and I can cancel this AB. Clear? So just give me 1 minute. Okay, I'm done with the cancellation. Now what I can do is that now I have to find a format for this A. Now in this particular first domino, in the denominator a single A is left out. So which domino I can use out of these four? I can use this particular domino. Correct? If I use this domino, then I can cancel this A with A, and this first domino will be over. So what I will be doing, I will do some certain arrangements. Okay, so let me show you. Okay, so I got this second line where I have matched the dominoes with each other. Okay, this logic you have to apply at the initial stage. Okay, so what I did is that I will cancel this AB, okay, with this AB. Okay, then what I'll do, I will cancel this A with this A. Okay, then I cancel this BA entirely with which this BA. Just you need to check the numerator and denominator, and you have to find out certain matches. Okay, here it is left out small b, so this B I can cancel with this B. It doesn't matter that the dominoes that you are cancelling should be near apart. No, nothing like that. Just I have arranged these dominoes. See, in the first domino remain as it is. For matching this, I took the help of fifth domino. I brought it to the second position. Then the third domino in the third position, fourth in the fourth, fifth in the fifth, third in the third, and fourth in the third. So this is what the process is all about. Now here ABB is left out. Now you can check it out. This ABB is matching with this ABB. So entirely I can cancel this ABB with this ABB. Clear? So ABB been cancelled. Now which is left out in the last part? ABB is left out in the denominator part, and there is no dominoes left out with which we can cancel. But the most beautiful thing of using this force correspondence problem is that you can again reutilize the dominoes. Okay, so that is a very beautiful thing. So cancel this in the initial stage. Okay, this is the first given example. I have taken the second step. Now what is left out? I am left out with only denominator ABB. So let me write that. So I got this particular domino. I have brought in the third step. So in the third step I was left out with ABB. Now I can reutilize the dominoes in order to do the cancellation. So you can pause the video and you can think from these dominoes which one you can bring in order to match this. Definitely the fourth domino. Correct? The fourth domino, if you bring it over here, then you can do the cancellation. Correct? So I got this. Now if I use the cancellation, so I can cancel this ABB and this ABB as a whole. Okay, now which one is what I am left out? I am left out with denominator B. Now which domino you can take it? I can take the domino that is third domino. So this BB will be cancelled and AB will be remained. So I'm left out with this one, so I can cancel this B with this B. Okay, now I'm left out with AB. Now somewhere the other I have to find one more domino, and I will try to find the domino with the help of which I will not be able to continue. Okay, I can stop somewhere the other. Okay, because I have to find the solution for it, because this cancellation we have to stop until we cancel all the numerator and denominator. Okay, then we will check the formats and all. Okay, so I can take which string? Yes, I can take the domino number 4. Why? If I cancel this AB with this AB, I will left out with B in the numerator and denominator B. So I can cancel both and I can stop there. Okay, fine, very good. We got a solution for it. So I got this. So I can cancel this AB part with this AB part, and this B I can cancel with this B. So successfully I have done all the cancellation of numerator and denominator, and we have done with the first process. Okay, the second process, what we have to find out that is these particular numerator strings that I have got in the pattern is equivalent to the denominator, and is the format is equivalent or not. So if I write down whatever in this format, I can write down here, and then I will check that the format is okay or not. Okay, so finally we got this. Now how did I find this particular set of string? Okay, look into this particular numerator part of this entire scenario from left up till here. Okay, see A B A B A B A B A B A B, clear? A B B A B B, then it's almost blank, then here again A B B A B B, then B A B B B A B B. So numerator I have found like this. Okay, it should be in the same sequence. Okay, how you have completed this. Then I have find out A B A A B A B A B B A B, then A B B A B B A B B A B B, and this is also A B B, the same one that I have brought from here to here. So no need to write again. Okay, so this I cannot write again. B A B B B A B B. So that means if you look into this particular strings, okay, numerator and denominator, the format is exactly same. And if you look into the number of A's and number of B's, that also number is equal. If the format is same, definitely the number of A's and B's will also be equal. That means I got a perfect solution for this PCP, this particular post correspondence problem. Okay, so I think you have it's almost clear to everyone that how I did. The post correspondence problem says that we have to find an ultimate solution for it. So how did I find? The question is given to you in this format. So a question will be given to you either in a dominoes format or in a language format. The language format, the next example I will give it to you, but it may be given in the format of dominoes. So if it is given in the form of dominoes, you just need to find a way or how to cancel all the numerators and denominators, and finally you have to find a format like this, a solution like this. Okay, so this is all about your example number 1. Let me check it out in the next example where this will be of different format. Okay, so look in the second number question. I have just given an example number 2. You can also find on your own. Okay, and this example number 2 is another format of asking in any university question paper or any kind of competitive exam paper. Okay, see, they have given two lists represented by X and Y, and the lists are of the form B comma BA BBB comma BA, and Y is having another list of elements. And they are telling that they are asking that for this particular post correspondence problem, these two lists have a particular solution. So how to represent? You can represent this in the form of dominoes, where if I talk about the first domino, the numerator will be B and denominator will be triple B. In the second domino, it will be BA triple B divided by BA. Then in the third domino, it will be BA by A. Clear? So this is way, that means the numerator will represent the X and the denominator will represent the Y. In this way, you'll be getting 3 dominoes, as there are 3 elements. So we'll be getting 3 dominoes, and from that you have to do the same process of cancellation and all, and then you will get a you have to find a solution for it. So this is a worksheet for you, a worksheet example for you. You can try on your own, and my answer is that it is having a solution. So some way or the other you will be able to cancel this. If you're having any kind of problem, if you find any kind of problem, please comment down below. that you are not able to find out, then definitely I will give a solution for it. So if you follow this particular format of finding out the post correspondence problem, then it will be easy for you, then it will be easy for any question that will be coming across in your mind. Okay, so hope it is clear to everyone, where you have learned about the concept of post correspondence problem and you have able to find out the solution for a given problem. Okay, that means it is not always true that you will be getting a solution. You may not get a solution. That means if suppose if I didn't get a b b as a next domino, or somebody other you are trying to cancel and the loop is still continuing, so that means you have to end over there and you have to say that it will not be able to find out any solution. So it is an undecidable and it will be not possible to solve, or not possible to get a perfect solution. Okay, so thank you for watching the video. Hope I think everything is clear to you all. In the next video lecture, I haven't planned, but I am thinking to bring some few more questions from competitive exams as well as university exams. Okay, so we will try to bring out certain more questions and we will try to work it out. Okay, thank you for watching the video. If you're having any suggestions or queries, you can comment down below and do subscribe my channel. Thank you.